Boxingego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. 1. Amir Khan may not fight Terence Crawford and set his sights on Kell Brook instead. Stay tuned. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang. Notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We working. Big up to the new channel members. Appreciate you. Shout out to the mirror.co.uk. Link is in the description. And they just posted an article and interview with Khan. It says Amir Khan ready to fight Kell Brook instead of Terence Crawford in dramatic U-turn. Khan looks set to finally fight his countryman in a bout that has been talked about for 5 years. I actually think it's longer than 5 years because I remember I had some content about it. Anyway, it says Amir Khan has performed a U-turn and is ready to fight Kell Brook. Khan has been in talks to fight world welterweight champion Terence Crawford in March and snub his countrymen. But after Brook struggled to beat Michael Zarafa last weekend, Khan has had to rethink. I just think that sometimes that long layoff Kell Brook had can harm your body. He told Berkeley Assets. Khan goes on to say there's a lot of people saying that outside the gym, outside of fighting, Kell Brook doesn't live the professional life. We've got the same promoter in Eddie Hearn. Hopefully that fight can happen probably March or April. I'll go back into camp. I'll be in America again. I'll start training camp over there. A fight between Khan and Brook has been mooted for 5 years, but an agreement has never been reached. The pair shook hands on a fight last month. That was at the Tony Bellew-Usyk fight. But Khan, the two-weight champion, was then offered £4 million to fight Terence Crawford in New York, and was close to accepting, but he appears to have had a change of heart after Brook's labor points win in Sheffield. Khan has insisted throughout that the fight must take place at 147 and that Brook must not weigh more than 10 pounds on the morning of the clash. After his win over Zarafa, Brook called out Khan again. Kell Brook said it was tougher than I thought it would be. I was a bit rusty, but it might look good for those opponents who are running away from me. They might grow a pair now. I was a bit flat tonight. I couldn't get into a rhythm. I got the win. Everyone knows I could be special. Now we will polish up. Next year in 2019, I'm still coming for those big boys. We will do the deal on TV live. It's not my fault that the Khan fight is not happening. It is that pussy boy Khan. It is now or never for Khan. I was supposed to be me and him now, the big one, and he's run off again, So, they even have a dazn commercial, but they show what Khan was saying, and I'll show you guys that in a second after this ad runs off. I want to give my thoughts. Kell Brook versus Amir Khan. This is a fight that's been talked about. They even had, back in the day, a lot of you guys don't remember unless you follow boxing for several years, but I think on Sky Sports they had an in-studio show, a TV show over there in the UK, and they had Amir Khan and Kell Brook, and they had them. Here's Khan.
He would come down, and yes, the fight is going to be. I mean, it has to be at one point with Eddie Hearn being matchroom. We only getting closer to it, so yeah, that's something we're working towards as well. Would the weight be an issue for that? I mean, yeah, a fight done. I like to have that big fight with Kell Brook, and we only getting closer to it. Being with Eddie Hearn, being with matchroom, we only getting closer to it, so yeah. That's something we're working towards as well. Would the weight be an issue for that? I mean, it has to be at 147.
So there you heard it from Khan. Shout out to the Mirror, link in the description. But my thing's this: people were looking forward to Terence Crawford versus Amir Khan. See, and this is where Top Rank is going to struggle with Terence Crawford, because they have a fighter who's exceptional, pound for pound list type of fighter in Terence Crawford, and they just don't have the stable to feed him. And then it looks like he got close to fighting Amir Khan, but now Amir Khan has, like the Mirror saying, it looks like he's doing a U-turn. Now, the thing that was always weird to me is Kell Brook has been stopped twice, factually, by Gennady Triple G Golovkin, and then his very next fight, he dropped back down from 160 to 147, where he was still a champion, and he got stopped by Errol Spence. He had 2 eye injuries in both of those consecutive fights, and when I heard about Amir Khan possibly facing Terence Crawford, I'm like, that's weird because, you know, he's going to get less money fighting a non-domestic rival in Terence Crawford, who's very dangerous for anybody at 147, looks fresher, you know, and hasn't been stopped. And he can be in the UK making more money. A lot of people didn't understand, you know, if he's willing to fight Terence Crawford and Canelo, then how could he not want to fight against Kell Brook? But I think the answer is pretty simple. I think it's because the Kell Brook fight is more personable. It's more near and dear to the UK. You guys are both from England, you know, Bolton and Sheffield, and it's for all the bragging rights. So it's like nobody wants to lose in general, but would you rather lose to your, you know, arch enemy, you know, and the guy who's like from your same region, or would you, you know, rather lose to Canelo at a higher weight from Mexico or Terence Crawford from Omaha, you know, where you don't have this shit talking that's been going on for years and you're not from the same region, you know? And I'm not saying Terence Crawford absolutely would beat him, but I believe he would be the favorite. So, you know, it didn't really make sense other than, you know, nobody wants to lose Kell Brook Amir Khan fight. That's just bad blood. It's like Oscar De La Hoya versus Fernando Vargas. When you have that backstory and the bad blood, that's not the type of fight you want to lose. Of course, you don't want to lose in general, but, you know, you definitely don't want to lose to someone who's your enemy, somebody who's your contemporary, especially if you guys are from the same region, because somebody got to go back home as the loser, you know. But Kell Brook, I did my post-fight for the Michael Zarafa. He admitted he looked flat, and that was true. Like, he won, you know, there was no question that he won the fight, but he didn't look like special K Brook. He just looked like Kell Brook, and, you know, he looked like a guy who just what has happened, you know, a guy who didn't really manage his weight in his off season. Amir Khan kind of talked about that. A guy who moved up to 160 to fight Golovkin, one of the bigger punchers at 160 at the time, the biggest puncher maybe at 160 at the time, him or David Lemieux. He shouldn't have did that, and then he dropped back down and fought Errol Spence. You know, it's just bad news, you know. And then he was supposed to fight Brandon Cook, and then he pulled out of that fight. Hasn't been the active guy. So, you know, when he fought Michael Zarafa was a bit more game, and he, like he said, he looks flat. So I'm glad that he's admitting it, you know. Hopefully we get the best version of Kell Brook and Amir Khan if they do fight each other, which, you know, they might as well get it out. Look at fights in like Brandon Rios versus Victor Ortiz. These guys were supposed to fight all around the same time, if anything, you know, for years. And we still haven't got Brandon Rios versus Victor Ortiz. You know, there's been several times where it looked like it could have happened or was going to happen and it didn't. So, you know, I think Amir Khan is picking Kell Brook now because, you know, he can make a lot of money. And Kell Brook, he didn't look unbeatable. You know, Terence Crawford looks like very hard to beat, you know, stylistically. So I think the type of performance Kell Brook put on has probably inspired Amir Khan. You know, you could get a good amount of money, but less money to fight Terence Crawford, who looks sensational. You know, 2 welterweight fights, 2 stoppages, undefeated, or you could, you know, get this one out of the way. So I think that's might be a shift. And, you know, I feel bad for Terence Crawford because this is what he's going to struggle with. You know, the PBC boys they doing their own thing, and they got, all of them got fights. You know, Mikey Garcia and Errol Spence are going to fight. Danny Garcia has his own fight with Adrian Granados. Then you have Keith Thurman making his return with Josecito. You know, it's like, who is Terence Crawford going to fight? You know, he's going to, I don't know. He might have to fight Collazo now. I know he did an interview recently where he said he prefers the Amir Khan fight, but, you know, after how Kell Brook looked, it looks like Amir Khan is thinking about fighting Kell Brook now. So, you know, it is what it is. We'll see how this plays out. Nothing's like signed, sealed, and delivered, but, you know, this would be a good look if Eddie Hearn, you know, could get it. It's a bad look if Eddie Hearn can't get this done. You guys are on the same stable, and they're both saying they want it. I don't know what's going to happen. I believe it's going to happen at 147. I don't know what's going to happen with the rehydration clause issue, but we'll see how this all plays out. In addition, I heard Amir Khan's going back to Virgil Hunter. You know, he was training, I think, his last 2 fights with Goosen. So we'll see how this all plays out. But that's the latest, according to the Mirror. You know, Khan is ready to fight Kell Brook, and then, you know, back out of the Terence Crawford offer. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Make sure you smash the like button as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.